Hello, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Oof, beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. The clouds, natural clouds, are right in front of me. They're beautiful. It's a great day. I'd like to talk to you about a subject that I receive right now as often as 3 to 10 times a day. A huge message about addiction. And what crystal or crystals can I use to help with addiction? What crystals can I help use for depression? What crystals can I help use for anxiety? These low vibrations that keep us frozen in that situation that's hard to move on. One of the crystals that I found fascinating that helped people in those situations was a crystal that helped break a pattern that we're so used to. I call it the rabbit run. We like to do certain things every day because we feel comfortable in that energy. To break that pattern sometimes is a challenge. So you'll see a rabbit go on a run every day and it's the same run. That's why farmers and people can catch them, because once they know where their run is, they know they just put a snare there and they can catch them. Well, we need to step away from that path and we need to start looking at other things in life of how we can heal, how we can change that path and feel comfortable in jumping onto other paths and doing different journeys and doing different techniques and doing different things in our life that change that pattern of why am I always stuck in this situation? Why am I always drinking? Why am I always smoking? Why am I always There's so many addictions in life which I don't believe are addictions. I don't like the word addiction, but it's the only word you can use to, to bring forward the truth within that word, which is you are not strong enough to break a pattern of what you're doing. Your body is more powerful in the sense that it keeps telling you that you have to do it, and that is something that you keep thinking you have to do, but you don't have to do it. So when you come for a healing session and I lay certain crystals on you and I let you take a crystal away with you, that energy that is within that crystal stays there and blasts an energy of wave within you to clear or to change that perception, that belief, that addiction, that certain thing that you have to feel as if you have to do when you don't have to do it. So if we can break that pattern, if we can blast an energy to clear that away, then all of a sudden you'll say, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore because there's other things to do. So I'm going to explain this crystal and another crystal that works hand in hand with it. Okay, let me just take it off. And let's have a look. I'm going to hang it like this, I think. Okay, look at that. Now this is a juicy green, beautiful pencil, amazing and unusual in different formations inside. It's so beautiful if you look at that. Chrysoprase is one of the most beautiful crystals that you can use when healing yourself from addiction. It is one of those crystals that help breaks patterns, and it has a unique energy within that which blasts constantly. That constant energy brings in a new sense of energy, and that sense of energy is not chaos, it's not confusion, it's not frustration, it's not loneliness, fear of the unknown. It's a different energy that lifts and clears away all of those energies to bring in a new sense of inner peace. Now, don't wash away the word inner peace lightly, because inner peace is the most greatest and powerful words in the whole world. There is nothing more powerful than after a healing session when somebody has been in pain for 10, 20, 30 years, and after 1 hour healing session with a pure energy healer, they get up and say, I feel at peace. what has just happened is you've just had something washed away from you. So that flame is relit. It's now burning, and that inner peace flame is now going to walk with you until you allow that flame to dull once again by certain situations. Well, when you wear Chrysoprase, what you find is that you keep this energy high, and okay, I'm okay. Wow, I'm okay. I didn't. So there's a kind of a battle that goes on with the mind, and the mind is what really is the struggle. So this crystal has this amazing energy to blast a wave that clears the mind of that same repetitive message saying you need something. Okay, just give me a second. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. So that repetitive energy is like a niggle in the brain. I need it, I need it, I want it, I want it. No, you don't need it. No, you don't want it. You just think you do. You're just believing you do because your brain is telling you. Well, this crystal has an energy to clear away and strengthen certain power points in the body. Those power points people refer to as chakras. I call them power points because when I'm working on your energy level, all of a sudden, whoa, I can feel the burning on that power point, and I'll just hold my hand there and wait for that energy to start to become more balanced. And certain times you will move your hand in a clockwise or anti-clockwise, or sometimes you'll go much faster depending on how that power point is generating energy. Sometimes it doesn't generate anything. Sometimes it's dormant, and you have to really work it or really blast that energy till it clears away the blocks and any emotional trauma that's trapped in those power points. When I'm going to tell you something about these. I've worked on these for, I would say, over a year or maybe more. These crystals that I worked on, I actually saw these at a huge show, and I was drawn to them, and I picked one up, and I knew this was the collection that I would help people with addiction with. So I brought these back I think maybe a year or something like that, over a year ago. I brought them back and I started working on certain clients with addiction, and I would lay down maybe 30 or 40 of them when we were doing courses, and I would put them underneath the healing bed. I would place them places where they would reach that energy and that memory that is channeled to go into this crystal. So not only has this crystal the ability to do all of those things, but it also has the memory within, which was that energy that helped heal people with addictions. So it has that very frequency for healing addiction. So that's why this crystal is amazing, and the collection that I have are amazing. If you look at it, it looks translucent, and you can see some brown patches here and there and some cloudy patches. It really is a beautiful crystal to hold and to work with. And a lot of the times my clients would often leave here after having a healing session, and I would give them one of these, and they would work at certain places, certain points where they just rubbed, because it's got a beautiful flat surface that you can work with. And sleep with, or meditate with, or hold it in your hand. And all of these ways that you would find in a natural way that you felt you needed to do is part of the ongoing healing process of years, months, decades of being in this kind of trap, this loop, this cycle of self-abuse. This is one of the crystals that will absolutely help. So what else does it do? It's an amazing crystal for inner peace. It's an amazing crystal to clear. Even if you leave it on you, it will blast all the power points, all the chakras, and it will make them start to function again and work at a certain place where you think, okay, my heart feels good now, or my throat feels great, my third eye, my crown, my solar plexus, and that is the grounding as well. All of those feelings will balance you, and thus you will feel stronger than the weakness that pulls us into the addiction energy. Now, I showed you 2 crystals, and the reason why is because working hand in hand is good old faithful. And the good old faithful crystal is Tektite. It is, of course, not a crystal, but it is to me. It's one of the most beautiful crystals in the world. And it's the crystal that absorbs negative energy from your body and from anybody around you. In this particular instance, it's more about healing you from your own demons. We all have them. And whilst you are going through the battle of clearing away the old patterns, this one is absorbing that battle that you're going through. So the reason why you see it on a long chain is because the Tektite always has to hang as low as possible. So here's my belly button. In truth, I would like it further down here. But because this is working, I want it at the heart. This is fine. It's a nice chunky piece. So anywhere between just the lower of the heart, so that the Chrysoprase can start its work, and this is the area which is the perfect area to work with, and then the healing process that comes down here, because a lot of the stress, the strain, the worry, the fear does attach to the chest. And you find that when you are in that stressful or the situation of low dense energy, which people call anxiety, it does affect the chest area. Of course, it affects the mind, but you find that when the mind starts, because it always starts at the mind kicks in, and then it lowers this grey matter, which I would call it dark energy, because we create it, of the I need it, what if, give it me, there's something wrong with me. It drips down and goes down to the heart, and then it goes right to the stomach. So when you've got your Tektite, you're finding that the Tektite is absorbing every single second of the day, no matter what you're going through. So both crystals together are an amazing combination. Now, I know a lot of you have Tektite, which is brilliant, but I don't think many people know much about this crystal. And I really, really believe in this crystal for what people call addiction. There are many different forms of addiction, and there are many different crystals for addiction. There really is. But today, for some reason, for the past few weeks, I've been grabbing this crystal and working with it as I'm hearing people telling me about their addiction. And I think, you know what, it's time I need to share this crystal and tell you. It's not something that is very, very rare. You can find this crystal if you go to your local crystal store and ask for them to order one. It is a beautiful and very powerful crystal. There are fakes on the market, so be aware, be careful. Go to your local crystal store. Forget Etsy, eBay, all of those Amazon companies. You don't know what you're buying, so go to your local crystal store. The last thing you want is to be buying something that it is not that crystal. Whether it may be glass faked from China or India or wherever, just be aware. It is better to support your local crystal store, because they have a reputation and they love what they do and they want to see you heal and strengthen. So I have them on my website, markbajerski.com, and if you don't feel pulled to any of them, go to your local crystal store and have a feel of theirs as well. So don't just think to yourself, oh, I have to buy off Mark. No, you don't. You go anywhere you want, because these crystals, in my opinion, are available in stores around the world. I've been to many in California, when I was in Germany, when I was in Italy. There were many little crystal stores that I like to go in and have a feel, and there were plenty on sale because they are a beautiful crystal. You will find, however, if you read from other books, that my interpretation is far from the same interpretation as any of the crystal books. The reason why is because I have worked with them in a different way, and these are worked with healing of, I've got a butterfly just here, with the healing of addiction, depression, sadness, anxiety, all of those low vibrations. So putting these two together, you've got a crystal that is healing you from them, from within, and this is clearing away all that is being blasted out from certain parts of your mind, body, and spirit. So they're a great combination. I think that's it, guys. I wanted to introduce you to these two crystals today that work hand in hand, and they're really amazing tools. And hopefully you won't need to give me a message anymore and ask me about crystals for depression. I say that these two crystals are the most powerful crystals for depression and for definitely all types of addiction and anxiety. So yeah, they're brilliant, and I hope you enjoy working with them. And if you have worked with them both, please let us know. Tell us your experience, because it gives people confidence to say, okay, Mark said that, let's see if anybody else understands this. And also, guys, do share your experience if you've been addicted and the addiction stopped and it's gone and now you live a healthy life. What helped you? What crystal helped you? Because people can then have a good choice, and they try many different types. Mine isn't always the perfect or the best way. It's the only way I've known through healing thousands of clients. That is my experience, but it might not be yours. So mine's just a little message today to say, hey, this is my take. This is what I used for many years, those two crystals, for healing addiction. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. Take care.